as Chelsea welcome Arsenal. Cole Palmer's in to have Martin Odegaard lead Arsenal out again. Arsenal as well. Declan Rice scored in this fixture, of course, that ended 2-2. Mentality-wise for Chelsea into the top four, and as we've stated,
you're going to be confident. You want to go for it.
Okay, well, before the act.
Odegaard and Moise Caicedo, they are going to be.
This is from there. I think Martinelli against Gusto could be something with
Every London derby they've played so far in the calendar year 2020.
And you'd like to nurse Martin Odegaard back, he'd love to.
Both teams. Gusto has a look. Partey, work for Ben White to do. Drugging off Partey. Gusto urged by the crowd to. Gabriel in an advanced position here. Kai Havertz who made on it. Tries to dig out a shot to Timber to stretch his legs, but we know how fast Wesley Fofana is. A lot of assists since joining Chelsea there, so
just make sure he gets something on it and tip it over. Just a couple of touches out of his feet. And
Olympiacos, he was victorious on both occasions. Taken by Declan Rice. The whistle had blown before from Rice, flicked on by White. Acrobatic attempt from Partey.
It's unlucky that.
Games. Odegaard back in the team today. It's White's delivery. Sanchez gets across.
Sometimes players nowadays are always intent on running beyond and helping. Well, as you would expect, it's a London derby.
Options here. Madueke.
Right thing. Tries to pick out a blue shirt.
Saka against Cucurella. Stopped by Caicedo. Martin. Palmer. Rice with the delivery. Punched away on the waist to Gabriel. Nothing more than a little touch though. Portuguese winger. Oh, it's brilliant.
Right side, the side that he needed to be. He decides to go for it, and it's a brilliant.
I think Martinelli sort of lands on it. Martinelli there as Raya did get it away. Saka strong in the chiding. Here is Malo Gusto. Madueke.
Getting their shots away, getting their goals, that's important. But never.
Neto a moment ago, that was nearly as good from Saka. Madueke. Havertz hustling well. Saka.
Turns and goes the wrong side of.
Ben White has joined the attack here. Saka. Here's Bukayo Saka. Blocked by Caicedo. Martinelli.
Out to Arsenal's left side here with Martinelli.
Fofana.
He broke out from the back and.
Last weekend. King, Rice. Havertz. Oh, what a finish!
He got away with that, Chelsea there. I know that angle isn't absolutely. Chelsea boys are complaining about is it where the ball was taken. If you're going to back away, make sure you protect. He looks there, Kai Havertz. I mean, again.
Between Declan Rice and Kai. Good ball. Caicedo to Cucurella, but.
Again.
Infield of Martinelli, shows too much of it to Timber. Through the eye of a needle there, stopped as he tried to play it forward.
A minute, Cole Palmer goes closer to Jackson. Thomas Partey.
Here is Palmer. Ooh, tries to catch the good crowd, just urging their players to get a bit tighter here.
It's the same player, he's right on the wire, Gabriel Martinelli.
Palmer tries to keep the move alive. The space, down goes Jackson again. Free kick to Chelsea.
Let's have a look. Hardly at all.
Jackson. Palmer couldn't trap it. Knew he was offside, so he checked his run. Saka. Cucurella. Strong work from Jackson. Down.
And then here, stay on your feet. He's going nowhere there. Nicholas
joins Colwell and Neto in the referee's notebook.
Guided wide. And they tease the ball into the area. George just toss it. Shoots the demand from the supporters. It takes a deflection. A very cruel deflection. Heartbreak. The goalkeeper bangs the ground in anger. Tosin will take the goal. But there was a rather cruel deflection on its way.
Well, the game could be cruel, but we said just, 30, 35 seconds ago that Chelsea need more from the centre-backs going forward. And this is what I'm talking about, because Morecambe, they're dropping. It means the centre-backs are going to be free. Tosin finds himself in space, and it takes a wicked deflection on the way through. Burgoyne, who's been outstanding, can't do anything about it whatsoever. And it's that horrible deflection just as it comes through. I think it might actually be off Jones, who's playing in the 10 position, so that tells you how deep that Morecambe were defending.
This is better from Chelsea, bit of freestyling on it. Neto to James, full steam ahead. Forward here for Chelsea. He's looking for a second. He wants it to be his this time and not a deflected goal. Tossini's got those shooting boots on.
I think the message has got across to the two centre-backs that they could be the biggest playmakers in this game. You just see how deep.
To take for the goalkeeper, Burgoyne. It's on the gas. Breezes past the first man. A little flick in there and the hobbling hero. Morecambe roared on by their travelling supporters as they enter the area. Ball swirled to the near post. Not shy, is he? He's got a bit of skill about him as well. Ball early on. Tyreek George. Lovely little back heel towards him. Never yet though. Burgoyne leaves it to his defence. Lavia. Tollett. Oh, it's a completely committed challenge. And to stop him, Dacker's coming back and assisting his watch. Has two to dance. Oh, he nips through the pen.
He was just a Rolls Royce, whether that was at centre back, right back.
And they tease the ball into the area. George just Neto to James. James dinks it in there. Maybe not. Morecambe roared on by their travelling supporters. Ball swirled to the near post. Not shy, is he? He's got a bit of skill about him as well. Ball early on. Tyreek George. Lovely little. Never yet though. Burgoyne leaves it to his defence. Lavia. Tollett. And to stop him, Dacker's coming back and assisting his watch. Has two to dance. Oh, he nips through the pen.
He was just a Rolls Royce, whether that was at centre back, right back.
And they tease the ball into the area. George just Neto to James. And Pedro Neto! Oh, that's a smashing goal! Sixth and fifth! It's 1 inch of the bridge!
Well, he's been driving me crazy all afternoon. And that's what he can do when he's positive, when he cuts inside. Brilliant from Neto.
For whom a first Premier League.
Vega. Curveball from Tyreek George. Gets around the defender with ease, but there's a bit of payback there from Alex Ross. Passes on to Gusto. Gusto hangs it in there. Certain.
All figured out before the game even began that they were going to happen.
Tosin threads the ball through, powers it in the direction of Nkung. George to Cucurella. Jackets. Ball is finding the goal. Shot that was always right. Threads it through, but good defending. A couple of years ago, and then when they failed to pay the tax man, it's hit home. This willed on by the travelling folk, and well, it's a poor cross.
Martinelli!
London's pride.
Well, he's been the danger man. My voice has gone. Well, Martinelli has been the one Arsenal forward that I think has stood up today, and it was a scruffy period in the game.
3,000 supporters are congregated. That Tyreek George. Also coming together there as well. Third goal with the killer goal. Cucurella with that blow. And it is wide. Just about hanging on in there. Shoot is the demand. To have 4 or 5 players in the penalty area, and well, who's active breather to let Chelsea. Brilliantly loses the defenders. There's old school man-for-man marking here. Gusto. Cucurella.
It will help the younger players as well. They would play in that A-League, so there was great experiences there for the younger players. The tough game, they've remained behind their team.
Can they magic the ball into the Chelsea goal? Jorgensen again drops it. It's time that these two sides met. To Tonda, now they're coming forward. Jorgensen, little step over. Toss in, looking for his second of the game. He's claiming that one. Well, he answers the crowd and the demands for him to have a pop and goal. He's on a hat-trick now, doesn't he?
Well, he's showing his centre-back partner, Disasi, how it's done. And if there was a little bit of fortune about the first goal he scored with the deflection, absolutely none with this one. It's a lovely finish. And it's as though the penny dropped halfway through the first half for the centre-backs. And so, OK, we need to advance. Be surprised to see a Chelsea team go in for age-wise.
That's a superb tackle. Physicality and athletic players in there as well. Tariq George back here to winning ways. Goalkeeper leaves heads up. It's Disasi's header, and that ends up in the top. Felix Osborne. Jackets. Ball in. Tariq George just about hanging on in there. Shoot is the demand. To have 4 or 5 players in the penalty.
It will help the younger players as well.
It's time that these two sides met. It's Disasi's header, and that ends up in the